how to help your son when he's feeling lost. First thing I want to say is it's completely and utterly natural for people to be lost, for your son to be lost. And the way that you handle this is really going to have a big impact on your son. Without being lost, without going into new places, without going into new situations, you're not going to discover much about life. So the way that you deal with these new situations is really going to shape the whole of your life. And the more comfortable your son can be with new situations, with unfamiliar people, with unfamiliar territory, the more adventurous, the more rewarding life your son is going to have. So it's really important how you deal with your son in situations that maybe you yourself haven't been in. So the first thing that I would say is it's important not to be the know-all, the one who seems to have all the answers to all the questions, and here you go, son, this is what you should do, this is a dead cert winner, follow this advice, I know what's best. It's not about you and how magnificent you are, it's about your son. What is important for your son? Your son may be utterly different to you, so the way that you treat him may well be completely different to the way that you treat yourself. So what I'd encourage you to do is to talk less, be more, listen more. Let your son come to you rather than keep volunteering stuff for him. Create room so you can see your son's needs, so you can hear your son's needs, so you can be available to your son's needs. We don't all have the answers, so it's important to be honest to your son so he can see what it's like when people don't have answers. Well, how do you deal with a situation when you don't know the answer to something? What do I do? Instead of him thinking that, we all have answers and there's something wrong with him if he can't find an answer. So these little subtleties, if you like, are going to have a profound impact on your son, especially the younger he is. The first 5 to 7 years of a person's life are the most important. They're like sponges. So it's super important what you share, how you are with your son in those very early years. And the more that you discover about yourself, the more you realize, oops, maybe I didn't quite do that right. That wasn't the right thing. That's okay. We're human beings. We don't always get it right. The important thing is to have the right intention to be there for your son, to have a genuine desire for him to find his way out there in the world. What I'd encourage you to do is to be as simple and open and honest and transparent as you can for your son. Especially when some of the things he's coming to you about are maybe more about relationships and maybe more about dealing with people. That's very, very different to dealing with a situation of how to get from one place to another, which is very simple, very rational, very logical. We, as human beings, are not logical, we're not rational, and we're not simple. So, let's be honest with that son of yours. So, I wish you well on this journey of yours to discover, to learn what your son needs from you. And for me, if I think back to what it is that I really needed most, above all from my father, is compassion and understanding. And to know that it was okay for me to not know what to do. It was okay for me to do the wrong things. To be held, to be comforted. Really, really simple, human, basic needs. So don't overcomplicate it. Let's go back to absolute basics. Be present with your son. Be open with your son. Be available with your son. Be Be there with him, for him. Your comments are really important. They help me and they help the other fathers and the other sons there. Please do comment below and share genuinely what's going on for you, what you know, how you can help, what you've learned, the struggles. Please subscribe to this channel. Please share this channel with many, many men, with fathers, with sons. It is never too late to strengthen your bond as a father with your son, and the bond with you as a son to your father.